You are now listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Podcast.
Welcome to Ride With Me, episode 81. Today is July 16, 2022, and today, well, like always, pinche Officer Ricky right here.
Yo, what's up, you guys?
Dude, what the hell? Why'd you waking up so late?
Late? This is early. This is an early one.
Early, bro. You freaking text me at freaking 5:15 in the morning. Hey, I'm up. I'm like, shit, I would have been impressed if you texted me before 5.
No, before 5 was not an option. Zero option before 5.
No, yeah, I need you to wake up earlier, bro. But today's guest, this was a trippy one. You know how they say the world's a small place? I met this young lady on TikTok, and it started because I asked her what her 805 and the name stood for in her clan tag, we call it. In Call of Duty, we call it a clan tag. And it was 805. And I asked her, you know, what does it stand for? Because it can stand for anything. Birthday, the beer, an area code. In this case, it wasn't area code. It was 805 stood for Ventura County. And I told her, holy shit, I'm from Oxnard. And my guest Z is also from Oxnard.
Oh, way.
Simon, the Nard.
The Nard. So I added her on Facebook yesterday to get this chat going. And we have two mutual friends. And she went to, what did you say, kindergarten with Rocio?
Yeah. Rocio. Chio. I call her Chio.
Yeah, she's a really short, slim young lady, dude, and her laugh is contagious. Oh yeah, she's really funny.
Man, you think she's short? I'm shorter than her.
So anyway, Z, what got you? Because you're not in Oxnard anymore.
No, I'm not.
Neither am I.
It's been 8 years now. I'm in South Carolina now, so.
Wow.
No,
well,
crazy, right?
I know that people can't see it, but from just because we have you on video, but man, that back looks amazing.
I mean, it looks amazing from the camera, but it needs a cut. Listen, I got like bolitas y juguetes all over the place. You can't see it, but
I would hate to cut that grass.
It sucks. Listen, I mean, we have about an acre.
Oh,
just one.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
that's awesome, though.
Yeah, but luckily,
it looks beautiful, though. Like the
thank you.
It is. It looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful. It doesn't feel beautiful.
Dude, her property looks bigger than the Home Depot parking lot.
Yeah.
Listen, that's what tripped me out when I came out here because, you know, in California, especially Oxnard, all the houses, you know, they're super close. Like you could jump from one roof to the other. Yep. And out here it was, you know, and I live in a small town and it gets dark, you know, like because it's not a city. There's not bright lights and it's quiet. So at first I was scared. Like it tripped me out. I'm like, I'm not about this life, man. And all you could hear are like the bugs that are chirping, you know, and I'm like,
like the cicadas?
Yeah, the cicadas. Yeah. Listen,
See, I've never been to South Carolina, but I've been to North Carolina. I don't know if the climate is pretty similar, but when I went, it was also during the summer. Man, that humidity is pretty tough. But cicadas were the first time that I experienced them there.
Oh,
loud.
Yeah, it's they're loud too. Yeah, but yeah, it tripped me out. I'm used to it now. I like it.
Yeah.
But no, at first I was like, man, someone's going to come over here and kill me? Or
I got to ask, I mean, from Oxnard all the way to South Carolina, what brought you there?
I fell in love. Yeah, worst mistake of my life. No, I'm just kidding. No,
that's why I live in La Puente now.
My husband, he's born and raised in South Carolina, and he was in the military. He was stationed in Port Hueneme in Oxnard. So I met him. He was already out of the military when I met him. And then one day he's like, oh, well, I'm going to move back to South Carolina. And I was like, okay, well, I'll move with you. Why I said that, I don't know. But, yeah. And we packed everything we owned in the back of my Pontiac G6, drove cross country, and we've been out here for 8 years.
Dang, 8 years. That's awesome, though. That's awesome. Yeah. Great decision.
Yeah. Now it is. Now it is, especially when I look at the news and I see like inflation, especially like California is expensive. Everyone's
leaving California, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, great move. I mean, you got ahead of the curve before everyone else did it.
It's crazy. Like, the last time I was there was 2 years ago, and I mean, we got a rental car and everything, and even the gas. Well, for me, gas was cheaper then, but for me, it was like, oh my gosh, like it's so expensive. Like you have to fill the car up y todo eso, and you drop like a lot of money just visiting there.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So,
yeah, it's like going to Vegas, but without the fun.
Ándale. Ándale. Yeah, but
All right.
I miss it.
I've been stalling because the microphones aren't working as great. So, no, I live an hour and a half away from Oxnard, and I haven't stepped foot there in about 2 years as well, a year and a half maybe.
Wow.
And I actually had a friend of mine hit me up yesterday, like, dude, we missed you guys, we missed the kids. So I told my wife, next time we go, I'm thinking September, to go for the whole weekend, because normally we just go for the day. And I told her we don't have, we can't do a lot in 12 hours. We can't see everyone in 12 hours, so we might as well just go for the weekend, leave here on a Saturday morning, hit the early birds, and then stay and then visit everyone else. Because, we do have mainly cousins and friends. I call them my allied family, because it's the company that I used to work for in Ventura County, and I miss them. They're more brothers than anything else. This guy is not blood, and he's more of a brother than my actual brother. So, yeah, that's where we went. He took me to the gym yesterday. Hey, dude, I twisted my ankle, bro.
What?
I don't know if I can go, bro.
I was like, there's no. Okay, first of all, we did go to the gym, but we were on the elliptical. There's no
I don't
way
know,
this
bro.
fool twisted no ankles.
I twisted my ankle, bro. I don't know if I can go.
Wow, nombre.
This guy, excuses already in the morning.
Yeah, dude, I don't know,
What's
man.
up with excuses?
I don't know if I can go, bro. I don't think I can go to the baby shower either, bro. I can't
That's
walk.
a good excuse right there.
See, she knows what's up.
I'll bring the
She knows
wheelchair. I
what's
don't
up.
care.
So,
Bring the wheelchair.
so how old are your kids?
So my daughter, she's 5, going on 15, because her attitude. And my son, he's 2.
Going on
He's 2,
20?
and, huh?
Going on 20?
He's going on 20. No, listen, he's that's true what they say about the second kid. Like he's a handful. Okay, he's a handful, and it's only confirmed the fact that I don't want any more kids at all.
Well,
like,
Ricky doesn't have kids of his own, but he's seen my kids, and that's right. We talked about on the phone to get this going, and I was telling her about the kids, how the boys, we need to have, like, so my boys are 13 and going on 15. He'll be 15 next, and like 3 weeks already.
Yeah.
And so it was a handful to get them to read, in the beginning, because when I took custody of them, they wanted to stay up to 1 a.m. and watching TV and eating at random hours of the day, and like like I said, when I worked at Walmart, people would announce it on the walkie-talkie and say, "Hey, Andres, your monsters are here." Yeah. So we got them to start, like reading and getting them on the I pretty much treat this house like a jail. Lights out 8 o'clock. Lights out 8 o'clock. And now they're arguing with us, like, well, they're trying to what do you call it? Pick up a case, like build a case.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we are 13 and 14 now. We have good grades. We get technically 10 hours of sleep. So if we were to go to sleep at 9, we still get 9 hours of sleep. And I'm like, because 8 hours of sleep, you got to get your 8 hours. So I tell them, get it now, because when you're an adult, you're not going to get this much sleep.
Got 5 hours last night.
I mean, I go to bed early and I get my 8 hours. But I'm in bed by 7:30. These guys already know. Hey, 8 o'clock. Don't text me.
I'll still try. I'll still send that message. I'm just not getting anything in return.
He texted me like a couple of days after, like, Easter or some shit.
Oh yeah.
And I responded back with, dude, texting me at 8 o'clock at night, it's like trying to find the Easter bunny on a Monday. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Now, mind you, that text message came in at like 4 in the morning.
So I can text them at 4 in the morning. Yeah. They just can't text me after 8.
my
But
God.
no, yeah, we were talking about you know, the being a team with when it comes to the kids, and if you know, like if they learn not to go to me for me to say yes because mom already said no. You know, they learn not to pull that shit because, you know, my wife and I always tell each other everything, and then they're like, "Why do you tell dad everything?" I was like, "Because we're married and we're a team."
Right.
So they can't manipulate the situation by saying, "Well, mom said that I couldn't, but dad said yes," and yeah, they don't play that shit. But I have to have, like, just a couple of days ago, my I think Nick or Julian wanted to do something and wanted to play things on the electronics or whatever, and I told him, no, you can't. You have to get this done first. So my wife kind of came back at me and she's like, "Fuck, thank you for backing me up on that one," because they can't. Yeah, because if they don't hear it from both parents, you know, like I said, if he wants to say, "Hey, Dad, if Nick were to say, "Hey, Dad, can I go hang out with my friends at the mall?" If I don't know that my wife already told him no, I'm gonna say, well, because I'm the softer parent. My wife's scary. Ricky scares her too sometimes. Ricky was like, "Oh no."
Only when I'm not armed.
And yeah, no. If he comes to me, he already knows that I probably already know the answer, and the answer is no. The answer is no. We were gonna let him go this last time, but we got COVID, and so fucking COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was talking to you about just like do you remember exactly what I was telling you? You're like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna use that one."
Oh my gosh, listen, we had a long conversation. You made me cry. You made me cry. Like, I teared up. It got that deep. It went 0 to 100 real quick.
Really?
I gave her a recap of the podcast in 1 hour, and she was crying.
Oh my gosh, listen, estaba duro. I was like, man, I felt like I was there. It was the way you told it. I'm like, goodness, this is intense, man. I didn't thought we were gonna be laughing here, not.
You got me with the wrong tears. This isn't laughing tears.
Right? No, we were talking about pretty much the things that we do for our kids and the sacrifices that we make, y todo eso, and you know, just talking about Oxnard, and there's a long and then, you know, it, like I said, it went real deep.
It went south fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. So back to F the kids. Back to Oxnard. What part of town did you grow up in? Because I'm assuming I'm assuming the north side. I don't know. I get the north side from you.
Yeah.
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 Oxnard High School then?
No, actually Pacifica.
Oh.
Surprisingly, but so I grew
the
up.
newer ghetto school.
Oh.
Yes, the newer ghetto school. Listen, yeah. So yeah, Pacifica was. I mean, it was nice, but you know, it was near the ghetto. So, but no, yeah. So I lived like around, what is it, like? I can't remember. What is this? Like H Street and C Street, somewhere like around there. You know where like you remember they built like a Lowe's?
Yeah.
Where, you know,
I worked at that. I worked at that new KFC too.
Did you really?
For 2 months.
So, yeah. Around that area. If you turn, so if you're leaving KFC and you turn left on C Street, around that area right there. I was really close to like.
Oh, well, she
McDonald's
was in the fancier part of town.
Oh,
well, listen, I was in the fancier part of town, but my mom and my sisters, we lived in like the garage, so someone else's garage. So.
But it was still fancy.
But no, like so. So my parents, you know, they're divorced. So during the week we were living in Oxnard, and on the weekends we were living in Ventura. But it was really like Satacoy. Like there was like a wall separating
the
like
ghetto
the ghetto
part
from
of
the
Ventura.
Nice part. Yes.
So how far is that from where you grew up?
So where she grew up on C Street, up the north. I ended up on the other end of C Street, where you got your ass kicked for wearing a Dallas Cowboy shirt.
Yeah.
So
my
is that
God.
south or is that?
So she lived in the north side of Oxnard. I lived in the south side of Oxnard.
Got it. Okay.
But the middle is always Colonia, bro.
So it's trippy because like people always ask me out here, they're like, "You're from California, but you go for the Cowboys?" Because you know in Oxnard, it's either you go for the Raiders or you go for the Cowboys. I go for the Cowboys, you know. And they're like, "Well, why do you go for the Cowboys if Oh,
That's
you
bad.
don't?
No.
I'll pray for you.
Damn.
I'll pray for you.
I've been praying for you guys.
No, but like, so you either go for the Cowboys or you go for the Raiders, and like usually like North Oxnard, Colonia area, you go for the Cowboys. You're in Port Hueneme, usually they go for like the Raiders, right? So somewhere like that.
And
So
in Rio
it's
too. At Rio.
El Rio también Raiders. So it's kind of split that way. But you know, like the Raiders, God, no. The Cowboys, they come what every year to train
Yeah.
in Oxnard.
They'll be there. They'll
I only
be.
know that because Andy always mentions
He
that.
sees all my stuff right here.
Well,
All
not
my
only that,
autographs.
you know that, oh yeah.
I knew,
Cowboys
you know
train
what?
in
I knew I
Oxnard.
liked you, Andy. I knew it. Yeah, yeah.
I got a tattoo on my arm that says I'm a Cowboy fan. You know.
Órale,
Yeah.
look at you.
Yeah, he's committed.
Yeah.
He's
Every
committed
every
for
night
sure.
instead of praying to God, I pray to Jerry Jones. You know. Come on, Jerry. Give us this year, please. Stop dictating
Yes.
the team. Stop dictating the team, and let the real professionals handle.
He micromanages a lot.
But that's why they say they don't take him serious. Now we're going to the Cowboy conversation. That they don't take him serious because he's more of their friend than their boss.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tony Romo went and had dinner with his family like multiple times. Like it's like my boss taking me out to dinner and well, they actually do.
Like they
Never
do.
mind, wrong
Nice,
example. Wrong example. But yeah, no. Back to the Oxnard. Yeah, she grew up in the fancier side of Oxnard. We grew up in the ghetto part of Oxnard, and what do you call it? But at the end of the day, we always had to pass through her house because Walmart was over there.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But like, you know, yeah, I grew up in the fancier part, but siempre me tocaba estar con, you know, like I went to Rio Lindo. That was a nice elementary. Rio del Valle though. I went to middle school there or junior high. That's where like I met like all my Chola friends. I was never a Chola, but like I had like Chola friends, you know, and they would get down for their stuff. And then, you know, Pacifica, it's by Colonia y todo eso. So, you know, I was surrounded by, my environment was always somewhat ghetto.
It's like Pacifica is half the school. So let's say the playground, all of that is like invested in Colonia property, like on Colonia
Oh,
grounds.
really?
And then the school building is like on the fancier side of Oxnard. You know what I mean? It's like a
Isn't that
border.
trippy?
Yeah.
Well, my brothers and I used to go play handball there on
Oh my
on
God.
the weekends.
Handball.
Yeah. Hey, you can take me out of Tar Road, but you can't take the Tar Road out of me. Okay?
Ándale.
And we would go play handball, and but then we stopped going because they blocked off, I guess, too many cholos. They blocked off half the courts, so we would go. Even out here, they started tearing them down. Like I used
Wow.
when we first moved out here, I used to take my suegro to play handball.
Mhm.
You know, I let them win. Yeah, I let them win. You know, ankle
Aw.
issues. You know,
Ankle again.
ankle issues. And
Ankles.
I let him win. And no, he got good. He got at first. He was like, "What am I doing? I'm a suero. Just hit the fucking ball. Just hit it with your hand. Hit the wall, and that's it. Well, I'll do the rest." And he got good. He got good. But then they knocked down those walls. Like they just handball walls bring in the cholos, and apparently they're like, this guy's from Oxnard. Tear it down. Tear it down.
That's, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's trippy.
There's a
Listen, I don't-
there's a park out here that in La Puente that it had handball walls, basketballs, and everything, and they tore it down, and now they have like a skate park and fancier baseball fields and apparently a light show for 4th of July. What the fuck?
Great, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't associate with those fancier people from La Puente. You know, we're in the ghetto part of like, fuck, you can't get me
La
out of the ghetto, dude.
Puente. I don't think I've ever been to La Puente. I know of it. I don't think
People
I've ever
just
been.
drive by it. That's it.
That's probably what
that's
it is. Yeah, I
keep
probably
going.
drove by it.
There's signs on the freeway that say, keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going. Not your exit. Not your
It's not a
exit.
destination.
Yeah, you keep going.
It's just a passage.
Ándale.
Yeah. It's just a way from getting you from Oxnard to El Paso. Just go. Just pass by.
Mhm.
Pass by.
Yep.
Pass by. But yeah, no, I left Oxnard in 17. And
Wow.
how did you adapt? Because when I first moved out here, my wife and I were constantly fighting. I hated it. I didn't want to be here. Officer Ricky wasn't involved yet.
Yeah.
I didn't have a brother out here.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? We fought, dude. Letty and I fought a lot, bro. It's like, no way. They told her, make sure that he's ready to move because he's going to resent you. and it seems like I did until I finally kind of like finally adapted. But that took like 2 years. I gave my wife hell for 2 years. It got to the point where you said the D word, bro.
Dang.
Yeah, not dick. Divorce.
Yeah,
Divorce.
yeah, no.
So she, yeah, no, and just one day I just, I think ever since this guy came around, I've been more like, cause my friend who I met in Todd Road, lived out here in Whittier. So I was like, okay, man, maybe that's, the only reason why I'm going to go over there. But we never really hung out. I'm like, fucking guy. And then, like I said, now this guy wants to take the spotlight every time we have a podcast. So
I have to. I need it.
Yeah. So how did you adapt? How did it go? I'm sure you guys didn't have kids back then. First of all, right?
No. So listen, I was 20. So it's a funny story. So we were broken up when we got engaged. That's a story for another day because that's a long one.
Hey,
but
we have 40 more. Oh no, Ricky's not gonna let this one slide. Nope.
Hold on. You're making my autism flare up right now. You just said you guys were broken up when you got engaged?
Yes. So, okay, well, let's not. Okay, so we were broken up when we got engaged, right? He called me one day because I guess he had quit his job or something, and the phone that he had belonged to his work. The van that he had belonged to his work. So he called me and he's like, hey, I'm giving up this phone. We were broken up though, but he called me. He's like, I'm giving up this phone and I'm going to move to South Carolina. And I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. And so I drove to his house. He's like, I'm going to move. And I'm like, well, I don't want to live without you. I don't want to live without you either. He's like, okay, well, let's get married. We called the courthouse that Monday, scheduled it for that Friday, got married that Friday. The next week we left. That's how it happened. I guess we loved each other or something. And
he fucking trapped you. He knew what he was doing.
I know.
He had no intention on moving to South Carolina until you agreed to marry him. He's like,
man,
fuck.
I gotta commit.
Yeah, I
gotta commit.
Oh my God.
He knew what he was doing.
He would always ask me to marry him, right? Like, just with his other accent. Will you marry me? And I'm like, maybe. And never a real proposal, by the way. Daniel, if you listen.
Damn.
Still waiting.
Never like a get down on your knees, real proposal, me how I'm busy. And sorry, my kids. And so anyway, yeah, so that's how it happened. We, that's how we got married. He was doing.
Yeah.
But I was
Great
21, trap. So I had came back from boot camp. I didn't make it. Let's just go with that. I went to boot camp for a month. They're like, nah, we don't want you. They kicked me out.
They're like, because you were shooting like this, not like this.
Listen,
this isn't Oxnard, girl.
I guess I was weak, because they say like they weed out the weak. I guess I was weak for them.
You were shooting your gun like a drive-by. That's why.
You know what? Like, that's just how we roll.
Man, you don't hold the bazooka that way. What?
But yeah, I came back and I was 21 and we got married. Then I came back, we were together, we broke up, then we got engaged. But I was 21, I was young. We didn't have kids. It's probably like the wildest decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
Was to get married to him and move across country, leave everything I knew and just everything behind and go to a different place.
Yeah.
That was 3,000 miles away.
I mean, moving to a different city is one thing, but I mean, a whole new state and not even like a neighboring state.
No,
literally.
I was going to say that, yeah.
No. A whole, like, across country where,
Where now you hate to cut your grass.
Oh, so listen, I never cut the grass anyway, so it's good for me.
Yeah, we don't have grass. I just gutted my grass. My front yard, I gutted that shit. They're like, you can only water it once a week. And I'm like, I'm already having a hard time maintaining it 7 days a week. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Get that. Fuck it. I started chopping the grass.
There's some people who put like fake turf. And
we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that.
We're thinking of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys can't plant shit.
Never have to water it.
You guys don't have a green thumb, dude. Your wife lied to you.
His
wife lied to him. This is how he said I do. This is how he said I do.
She told me that like she has a green thumb, that she makes anything grow. She loves to plant. We've been at our house for almost 3 years. I have yet to see her outside plant anything.
That's how she got him.
And I told her, I'm like, look, perfect. Like when we bought our house, it was like a blank canvas. It was just dirt everywhere. I'm like, oh, perfect. There you go. You know, whatever you want, just, you know, let me know, and we'll go. You know, and we'll do it. It's still a blank canvas. I was like, what the hell?
And how long have you been there?
About almost 3 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you ship him some of your grass over?
I know.
yeah.
That's
Come
when I
and take
saw
it.
that. I'm like, yeah, that's so. I just told her, and that's the thing. I'm like, I just want grass. I don't care. I don't want like a concrete backyard. I want grass. Well, we're in dirt right now.
She used the D word too.
Yeah. But that one was dirt.
Oh my god.
I was like, this.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was
Oh,
good.
but yeah, so like, you know, we moved out here. I was young y todo eso. And what was nice is that he had family out here and his family accepted me. So if y'all don't know, my husband, he's white. Es puro americano, like southern accent, todo eso. And I'm, you know, tengo nopal en la frente, like I'm Hispanic.
Yeah.
Hispanic, okay?
Yes, that's good.
And so I was nervous. I had never met his family. Like, we had dated for 6 months, and never did I ever meet his family. So we came out
Damn,
here.
you married him in total of 6 months?
We were on and off in those 6 months. Yeah.
Holy wow.
Trip out.
I
know, crazy, right?
100% I'm tripping out right now. Wow. Damn. Good
But we've
for
been married.
you.
We've been married for 8 years.
No, that's amazing.
So
yeah.
I mean, we're
that's
doing
amazing.
something right? You know, we got 2 kids now, and
He likes the
We finished
frijoles and rice that you make.
ándale. Look, we finished paying off the couch, so I think we're pretty serious.
Couches are paid off. We're good now. That's awesome. Talk about a leap of faith. That's awesome.
Yeah, it really was, because not only that, but we didn't have jobs, right? I didn't have a job. I quit my job to move. He didn't have a job. We didn't have a house. We had my one car. Yeah, we were broke, and now we're here with, you know,
See,
a house.
And I love
kids.
that. I love that, because if you were to tell someone that's like, you know, like our parents' age, you know, 40, 50, 60 years old, if you would have told them that story as it was happening, hey, I'm gonna go, you know, I'm marrying my boyfriend, you guys been together for 6 months, on and off.
loca.
I'm also gonna move, we have no money, no job. You know, if you were to tell like most people that, they'd be like, fucking Z's crazy, dude. That chick don't know
What
what
are you
the
doing?
That chick don't know what the hell she's doing.
Think straight, pendeja.
I'm like, 6 months
Well, I
with a
mean-
dude she don't know, and she's going cross country. What the hell? You know,
I had
but
a
that's-
couple
look
friends
at-
tell me that.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you hear it on paper, you're like, yo, this chick is crazy. What the hell?
Well, dude, they're when Letty and I started talking, they told her they warned her, and I'm using, okay, they warned her. They told her this kind of guy, he's gonna use you. He's only needs you to take care of his kids. Because one day I made the mistake of posting a picture of I woke up in this nice house, and I said, "Ooh, I can get used to this." And yeah, so they rode with it. And I'm not saying my wife is, you know, high class and all that. No, her family they know how to budget their money. And that's what we're in here, right? No, we're not getting nothing in return.
Nothing.
So they warned her about me and shit. So I'm waiting for our 10th year anniversary so I can say, fuck you guys. Because even her own uncle, one of her uncles told her, and Tony, and he's taking on our wedding day, he's taking advantage of her. She's too young, and this guy's got, because I'm 6 years older than her, and I had my 3 kids. So, and I'm not talking about, you know, one of them still couldn't wipe his ass. So they warned her, and they're
Still
like,
can't.
I'm gonna tell that to Jojo. He's gonna kick her ass, dude. And you know, I'm waiting. Our 10th year anniversary is on the 17th of December. And I told my wife, I can't wait, man. I played it out this long. Bro. I'm just waiting for the right moment to say, I was just using you.
Yeah, he's really gonna be
She's really going to throw the D word there.
yeah.
Oh my god. Dirt.
But yeah, no, that's crazy.
That's
You just
awesome.
Yeah, listen, But yeah, it was hard, like adjusting. Luckily, his family, me aceptaron y todo eso. Like we get along and stuff. Like, I mean, we talk crap to each other, but that's like our love
family.
language.
That's family.
Yeah, yeah, that's our love language. But no, it was hard in the beginning. We fought a lot. I mean, like I said, I was young. He's 8 years older than me, but some men, I'm not saying all of them, but some men take a minute to like mature, and by a minute I mean a lot.
Shit,
I'm 28 and I'm still not.
I grew up 10 years ago, and I'm still a kid.
There you go.
This guy has 13 kids and not mature still.
13, cabrón? What the fuck are they on my tax write-offs?
Well, yeah, we fought a lot, and it was really hard, and I was really, 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 I mean, I'm always homesick, but I was really homesick because the environment out here is different. It's a culture shock. I mean, you're in Oxnard, you're in California. Ahí están tus paisanos, you grow up with so many different cultures. You got like comida mexicana cada esquina, like in every corner. And out
Our
here,
house.
And then out here, you hear stories in California how people out here are racist y todo eso, and which, I'm sure there are racist people, but they're everywhere, not just out here. But so I was nervous. It was kind of scary. But I think after I had my kids, it kind of helped me settle down and kind of accept where I was at and really appreciate where I'm at, because being able to raise my kids out here and have what we have compared to how I lived in California was rough. At least with my mom, my dad had it, put together, but we were with my mom during the week, so estaba duro. So I've learned to appreciate it out here. I don't appreciate the summer heat. Eso no. But everything else,
I'm only an hour and a half away from Oxnard, and I don't appreciate the summer heat here. And I'm only an hour and a half. I can.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy.
My electric bill was My electric bill was $250 this time.
Mine was $280.
What?
Yeah, we had all the ACs running.
Oh my gosh.
So now I walk in, I get home from work, and it's like a swamp. I'm like, dude, it's fucking hot in here. You told us to turn the AC off. All right, kid, shut the fuck up. Being a smart ass. JoJo's a smart ass, dude. That kid's a smart ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hombre, está bien caro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
it's out of hand over here.
We're really jealous right now.
Yeah.
Especially with that backyard.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, right now,
Well,
but
I'm only jealous of that because I don't know if the humidity is the same in North Carolina because it gets that humidity.
I think she's in South Carolina, bro.
She's pretty bad.
Well, so I live a couple minutes away from the river.
Okay.
So the humidity is pretty, and it rained. Did it rain last night? I don't know. It rained sometime this week, and it's nasty. Like right now, look, my hair, I'm sweaty. Yeah. It's nasty. But I'm out here because, the kids are loud.
Well, it's good to see that you have this beautiful freaking property instead of living in a van by the river.
Yeah.
By the river.
She got the fucking joke.
Yes!
I love it.
Oh, my God. Chris Farley?
Yeah. The moment she said river, bro, that was the joke.
It went straight to it.
Oh, that's a good episode. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I have to watch that again. Yeah, but it's nice. I don't like the bugs though. I ain't about that bug life. I came out here and puros, like bugs that I never knew existed.
Yeah, they're a different breed out there.
I bought a $350 mosquito zapper.
And I'm still getting it.
Yeah. Okay, the little one I bought was like $70, and I thought that was my best friend. Then I went. I don't know if you saw my TikTok where I said the big one, and I pulled out the mosquito. For some reason, this guy was still attacked. Like I'm not saying that the machine is perfect because I'll still get one or two. I was taking photos of the moon yesterday, and I got 3. Yeah. All right, 3 compared to
it's not 3.
In 45 minutes I only got 3 hits, right? And this guy got hit. That's why I gotta put a candle. I got Mr. Delicate Gucci over here. Have you been hit? It looks like you've been hit already.
No, these are from Mama Barrett's house yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
our suegra's house.
From there because I was wearing shorts.
Oh,
I only got one.
So far?
I got one so far.
That's not bad.
Bad.
Hey, compared to last time, dude?
Yeah. No,
in 35 minutes? Not bad.
Last time I was, man, they lit me up. It looks like I was just broke out in hives.
God.
His legs made the entire family not want to come do anything here.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, but I bought the machine. I was so proud of my
I know,
machine.
well, that's why like I felt confident, so I came in like shorts and a shirt.
You had a ghost back
here
there?
for like 45 minutes to like an hour. No, it was a podcast,
Yeah, it was-
so it was like over an
It was
hour.
hour, yeah, it was an hour and a half.
And the next day I woke up and then my wife's like, "What's wrong with your legs?" I didn't even notice because I was scratching. And I was like, "I don't." Oh, what the hell?
Dang. No, listen, but the mosquitoes out there, they're big, no?
No, they're become. You
they're
can't even
small.
see
Yeah,
them
you
now.
can't see them. They're small.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I was living in Oxnard, I remember the mosquitoes being big, so you could see them. But I came out here and they're small.
Same here.
And
They travel.
apparently, like me and my daughter are usually the only ones to get bit. My husband, not. I'm like, they must like Mexican food or something because, like, seriously, I'm always like, I'm surprised I haven't gotten bit right now.
Yeah.
Nasty.
That's
I don't have a
crazy.
bug zapper.
No, yeah, go to Home Depot, $350. I like it.
I
like it.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm like,
No, get a Home Depot
I was
credit
like,
card and
"The
they'll give you
pastas, dude?"
anything to get you here, bro.
No, you saw me turn back right now because I heard something moving in the grass and it's not cut. And there's snakes out here, y'all. There's snakes.
No.
Okay, I went into it looks like a garage, but it's a shed, and I went in there to get the broom because I was gonna clean up, and I don't know how I saw it. My husband has a ride lawnmower. There was a snake like curled up in the ride lawnmower. I'm like, no, I'm not, no, and I had to kill it. I had to kill it. I called my sister-in-law. I'm like, look, I don't want to look stupid and call animal control, but what do I do? Because there's a snake in the shed and I need to get
You
to my
hold your
stuff.
gun sideways.
Yeah.
I don't have a gun. So I was like, she's like, well, you got to kill it. Don't call animal control. That's why. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. She's like, go get a shovel and try to get it out of there and just chop its head off. Can I say that on here? Chop its head
Yeah,
off?
you're good. You're good.
And yeah, I tried to chop his head off, but it kept moving, so I just like stabbed it a couple of times, but it was still alive. I had to wait for my husband to come home and like look for it, and then he eventually killed it. But apparently it wasn't poisonous. I wasn't sure, so I just killed it anyway.
Yeah, I would have
Or tried to.
I probably would have done the same thing. I'm not gonna.
A few years ago we had I made the mistake of just letting the fucking weeds grow taller than me. So I hired my buddy and his brother Roger, who they started their lawn service. So I was kind of like one of their first customers. And I'm like, how much would you charge me to clean this fucking backyard? The homie discount, $400. All right, cool. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. And towards the end, I kind of was helping him out too. And there was a garden snake. I'm gonna say a foot long. I jumped like a bitch, and I told him, yes, I bitched out. I'm done. I'll see you guys inside with your payment. I'm out, and I went in the house. Yeah, no, I jumped. I jumped. I was a
jumped like a
fucking
bitch.
6 foot tall man, 250 pounds, and I jumped like a bitch. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done. The same way my wife and kid jump for spiders, I jump for that fucking snake. I'm out.
And that's another thing. The spiders out here
Uh-oh.
are a whole different breed. Yeah. Like we'll get a spider in the house, and my husband's like, well, he doesn't like spiders either. He's like, oh, but that's just a house spider. A house spider? What the fuck? That does not look like a house. They're like huge, and they're black, and like that's a house spider. What's that?
No.
Nah, dude, it's weird.
My wife doesn't mind the daddy long leg because she's like, oh, those are the ones that catch the mosquitoes. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, those are cool.
I'm like, nah, those fools are getting evicted.
They're nice. Those are nice though. You've never seen like
dude.
no.
They're nice, but they're taking an L.
The wife's like, enough. Don't give me that bullshit. I'm like, but babe, but everyone forgot Peter Parker. I can't kill his homie. Babe, she's like, babe, the movie's not real. What do you mean it's not real? He's jumping at Disneyland. It's a robot. Son of a bitch. But you know what? This is the first time that we actually have been goofing off on a serious topic for 40 fucking minutes.
That's true.
That I hate
Wait, it's been 40
I
minutes?
hate to cut you off and not get into the serious topic.
Oh, yeah.
No, please do listen. I talk too much. You have to.
No.
cut me off
It's
sometimes.
been funny. It's been fun. It's like I told you earlier. If the conversation's going good, I do not cut it off.
Okay.
I do not cut it off. But
Before he used to be like Hitler
on a
with that.
schedule. On a schedule.
Before
Okay.
Yeah?
he would like, and there was times when I saw like when we would when I would come on, he had other guests, and like he wanted to get to topic. I could tell he was starting to get annoyed and like looking straight like, we gotta get this topic. We gotta get this topic. And so then I would like kind of like die down the conversation for him to kind of like swoop it in, because I could just see that it's itching. He's like, come on, what's up with this? You know, what's the topic?
Let's go.
Yeah, but now,
Ándale.
yeah, like I said, but now after like he took his break and when he came back, I could tell he's just like, just go with the flow.
Just go.
You know?
A whole
Just
new
go.
person.
No, I was
Yeah.
I was on a routine and a schedule.
Yeah.
I was doing them on a weekly basis, and then now that and so because it was weekly basis and it was taking me freaking like 5 hours to edit the podcast, now that I can only get everything done within the hour, it's like just fucking keep talking,
Yeah.
dude. I usually write mistakes down, and I have not written one down.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
there was this one time where I told him, "Hey, keep going," because I was not getting enough signal from his microphone. So I'm like, just keep her talking, and I just ducked down and started messing with buttons and shit. And yeah, before I would have been like, pause, hold on, and write it down, and then delete it later. But no, I just like, get her talking, keep her talking, and then I just play with stuff. But anyways, so the reason why you're on here is because you posted a TikTok about being your own enemy, and you're talking about being, you know, overcoming that. And I was like, you know what? Because we did talk like a month ago about being on the podcast 3 weeks ago, and we never really got into it because we really didn't have an idea of what to talk. We brought up
Right.
something. I'm like, I don't know about that one. I think I've already talked about that one. And usually, because over here listens to the every episode, even in the ones that he's on, even though he's recording them, he'll still listen to them.
Yeah.
And and I'm like, hey Rick, I'll hit him up. Hey Rick, have I already talked about this already? Have I talked about that before? He was not really. Okay, about this. And then when I told him about your idea about the you know, being your own enemy, he was like, fuck, that's a great topic. So
Yeah.
he even
Yeah.
scheduled his day off of work. Like, he'd rather be here than protecting our citizens.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Dang.
So if somebody
Yeah.
gets shot in South LA and Rick is not there to protect him because he's recording a fucking podcast.
More important.
Well, I guess this is more important. Did you just spit your water?
He was
Oh shit. See, I would normally delete that part of me coughing, but oh man. All right. So what got you thinking that way? What got you thinking that, you know, like, what made you be your own enemy?
So I'd say a little over a year ago. So I've always had, like, it's gonna sound wrong. I've always had mental issues, but
You're
I've
from
always,
Oxnard,
I've
of
always-
course.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
Latina
you know what I'm
female
talking
hasn't?
about.
What female Latina does not have mental issues?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm scared for him because his wife carries a gun 24/7.
Yeah,
Ooh, son, I'm praying for you, man. I'm praying.
I'll take those.
Why do you think he's here? He's like, I'm out.
Those prayers.
But no, so like a little over a year ago. So when I had my son, he's 2 years old. Like I said, I've always struggled with like mental issues and all that stuff. But after I had my son, my 2-year-old, I had like really bad postpartum depression. Like I was at a very, like, I've been low before, but I was at a very, very low point. I was just like, dang, why am I not happy? Like, I've got my husband, I've got my kids, I've got my family, like, we've got what we need. And hold on.
She's shooshing her kids away. That's funny.
Mira, Elena, I'm gonna tell your dad. Where's your dad? Well, tell your dad. Close the door. I love you. Close it. Sorry, can you cut that out?
No. Normally I would have, but no.
I wish it would have caught your face though. It was a perfect parent moment.
Yeah.
That's why I tell you that record this.
Oh man.
That's a perfect parent moment.
You
Yeah,
gave
you
her
do.
that. You gave her that look like, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here.
Oh,
Listen, like, my husband's supposed to be watching. I told her, listen, if you have a problem, go tell your daddy because I'm gonna be busy. He's
My
like,
wife
"Okay."
tells the kids the same thing. Your dad is sitting on the couch. Go talk to him. I'm like, go to mom.
Oh my gosh, listen. No, but yeah, so like when I had my son, I had postpartum depression. I was a very low point, and I don't know. Eventually, you get tired of being in a place for so long that eventually, when you want to, only when you want to, because everyone else could tell you, hey, go do this, go do that, but only cuando te dé la gana, that's when you're gonna go do it. And I finally got the courage to go to therapy, and talk to a therapist and like get all that out. And even, I started going back to church for a little bit. That helped me too. And I'm at a point where I've been able to finally overcome everything that's been holding me back. Everything that I've told myself, I'm not there anymore. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes a veces, like, I'll tell myself something and then I'll catch myself real quick. I'm like, no, man, you're not. Stop. You got to stop yourself. But so because I went through that for such a long time, I want to share that with everyone, because a lot of people are struggling with that.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it sucks, and it really holds you down. And so that's some of my TikToks are funny. Some of them I like to sing, but a lot of them I like to encourage other people. Because
that's how I got her to agree to come on the podcast. I will allow her to sing. That's how I got her. Hey, I'll let you sing on my podcast. I'm down.
Well, I'm down to be in the podcast. I don't know if I'll sing, but
that'll be your exit.
My exit. But so, like, I just, I want to share that with everyone, because especially now with the whole COVID and everything, everyone being locked up in their house and the economy, I feel like a lot of people are down these days.
Yeah.
And, if I could share my experience with other people, and if that helps them, if I help one person, I feel like I'm doing my job. I feel like,
coming from I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, go ahead.
Coming from the like my background and stuff, like I never could, I was pulled out of school at a young age. I didn't really hardly went to school, so when it was time to really learn, and I didn't start learning how to read in English until the 5th grade. I'm sure that maybe your parents put you straight into Spanish classes. Oh, she got bit by a mosquito. And,
no, it was a bug.
And so I didn't learn to start reading and writing until the 5th grade. By then I was already like, 11, whatever. And so I never considered myself like smart. And that's the one thing I always attack myself with. I'm like, maybe no, I don't want to do that because I don't think I'm smart enough for that. Or I don't want to do that because I don't think I'm smart enough for that. I always, like I said, being your own enemy. I'm telling myself that I'm not smart enough. And so I get back on my feet. This company hires me, and I've been working for them for almost going on 9 years already. And
wow.
The first day on my what's it called? Not the interview. The first day of training, the orientation. So they told me, you got to go buy some slacks and stuff like that. And I told my wife, what the fuck are slacks? Like, what the hell? I'm more of a basketball person kind of guy. I'm always walking in public with basketball shorts and shit. Have you ever seen me do that? Only to the gym. Yeah. I don't. My kids. My kids hate that. They're like, I'm a dad. We're just going to Walmart. I don't give a shit. You better fucking dress like you're going. You better dress like you're going to church, homie, because you're not going to Walmart like that. And so I remember I'm in slacks and this fancy T-shirt and shit. To me, that was fancy. It was just a polo. Mm-hmm. And I see other employees. It was on orientation, so I see other employees, and they got to wear shorts, and they're wearing shorts. And the guy's coming to me, Doug Lechner. I never forget that man. He fucking, he's a good dude. And so I'm like, yeah, well, anybody got a question? Yeah, I have a question. And my question might have been stupid at the moment, but it was an honest question. How come they got to wear shorts? And he responded with, because we hired you for your brain. He made that comment, man, and I was like, oh shit. So that took out that day made my day like, oh shit. I'm hired. I'm working for this company because they think I'm smart. And just every day has been a learning experience. Like, to this day, like my new boss, 2 weeks ago or last week, we were, building a display. It might sound, dumb, just like, oh, they're just doing manual labor. But he asked me, what do you feel like doing for the company? And I responded with, well, the guy that does the schematics and stuff, like, he makes what the refrigerator needs to look like. And it's pretty much a lot of photoshopping to get it. Okay, this is what the store can look like. What do you think? And then you run with it. So I told him, I feel like doing that, and I showed him, because this guy knows, everybody knows I like to Photoshop, even if it's to fuck with them. Like, I just love to. Oh, Ricky, really, you want to piss me off, cabrón? All right, hold on. That's my form of bullying. Is, I'll. I guess I am a bully, huh? Go back episode, last episode. I guess I am a bully. So, I'll Photoshop him, and so, but, recently there, my wife's grandma passed away. So everybody reached out to me for the video and photos and stuff like that. And since I like to Photoshop, I took 3 photos, and I made it into one. And I showed that to my boss and my wife. I wanna do this because I'm really good at doing stuff like this. And and then I showed him some other pictures. He goes like, mijo, and he said it. I was like, fuck. He said, mijo, that's a fucking talent. Mm-hmm. You have a talent. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, he's kind of like in a way like, what the fuck are you doing here? Yeah. Yeah. And then and then also, but I still struggle with that because just about a year ago or a year and a half ago, the morning show that I listened to out here was hiring for someone like to do like IT work and stuff like that, kind of like the background kind of guy, and and it was bugging me like, dude, apply. I was told, even the guy from the radio show was like, apply. He would tell me, hey, on the radio, Flat Tire Randy, why haven't you applied? So, and I was like,
wow.
I was like, I'm not smart enough, like I'm not smart enough to do that. But I applied for it anyways. And just the fact that I applied made me feel good. Made me like, wow, like I can put the fact that I applied at a morning show on my resume. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, that is the one thing that I did struggle with a lot is the being smart thing because I didn't go to school. My wife showed me how to master Excel. My kids teach me how to spell words right. If I have a brain fart, hey guys, how the hell do you spell Cowboys? I'm having a brain fart. They're the first ones to tell me, Dad, it's COWBOY, whatever. And I'm like, shit, dude, it's a brain fart. Like I can't spell. I learned not in school, but growing up and texting. Now with I think texting, even though it can be your worst enemy when it comes to communication, it's actually taught me a lot because I learned the ways to spell there and there and there, or the two and two, the number 2 or the 2 or the 2, and commas where I feel the commas need to blend in. And I tell my kids, if you're gonna text your friends, I don't want to see abbreviations. I don't want to see UR for your. And that's my pet peeve. Good. So I've been rambling for a while now. Like my buddy when the podcasting started, Roger. Yeah. He was like, dude, I mean, you're like Joe Dirt. He kind of poked fun of it, but he means well. He's a funny dude. And recently he was like, dude, what you're doing with your podcast is actually helping someone. That's and he used the word smart. So every time someone gives me like that fucking attaboy kind of, I did something smart, I take it to heart. I'll come home and babe, my boss fucking patted me in the back, like
makes your day.
Like he really, like I did a good job. It's like it feels good because growing up again, officer, you don't see that a lot. Like even out here, I tell everybody in Oxnard, the only role models my kids have is what? Where you at right now? The military or the opposite, pinche hooligan. We moved out here and they have police officers in the family, they have doctors in the family, they have skin doctors in the family, they have, I think right now I think the only thing we don't have right now is a lawyer, and we actually have a cousin working on it. Carolina. We actually have a cousin working on becoming a lawyer. She's like, the only thing this family does not have is a fucking lawyer. Yeah.
We even have scientists.
Yeah. So. Our sister-in-law, she works for Nature Made. Yeah. And she.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you ever had those vitamins, my sister-in-law touched those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're good then.
Yeah, they're vitamins. Yeah, they're
Taking
good.
them. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we have everyone in the family has a bottle or two in their cabinet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have chemists, we have police officers, doctors, freaking. I'm the IT guy, you know.
Mira nomás,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, just on Thursday, I was at my mother-in-law's house kind of figuring out why her outside speakers weren't working, and I got them going. So,
No, that's perfect. Yeah,
Wow.
I think what stems from that though is just the it's the mind trying to protect themselves from either one or two things, either like humiliation or from like just being rejected. And I think that's the biggest fear
Right.
that people have is that rejection, or so it's all just like a defense mechanism, you know. So like for instance, like for Andy not to apply, it's like what's it gonna hurt? It's really gonna hurt nothing if you just send in your resume. There's literally nothing to lose. There's no risk. You're not gonna lose your life in it for just submitting your resume. You know, there's literally zero drawback. The only drawback that might happen is, hey, you don't get the job. That's the only thing.
Right.
But it's funny that one thing though of that little rejection is enough for the mind to be like, yeah. Then everything comes in on why you shouldn't do it, because it's trying to everything wants to just be very just stable and safe, because that's how it's trying to protect you, but it's not pulling you outside. You know what I mean? So
cop/counselor right here.
yeah, so that's
Like for real, I'm like, dang.
well,
Maybe
like-
there's some issues I haven't looked at.
After this podcast, I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah, no, I've always loved psychology and stuff like that. And I have a few counselor friends, and I always dig into stuff like this. So I'm always in like conversing with them regarding like this stuff and why we think the way we think and why we do things certain ways. So that's like one thing that I've kind of learned, even from like my friend that was like genius guy. His name's Andrew. He's a semi-pro poker player, like one of the smartest guys I know. But I remember him calling me one day, and he was like in tears, and I'm like, bro, what's up? Are you good? He's like, I have no skills. I'm like, dude, you're like one of the smartest people I know. So like going back to what Annie said, so even though he took all the classes he has, you know, he's literally like considered like a really smart guy even from when he was younger. You know, he still felt that he didn't have anything going for him because he wasn't applying any of that anywhere, and he wasn't seeing success at the time. But again, it's all just how our mind measures it, you know, and what we allow ourselves to do. Because his problem is he doesn't allow himself to explore other options. He just sees poker and poker alone. At the time, he was having a downfall in poker. He wasn't allowing himself for other opportunities and trying to really explore his skill set. So therefore, he felt that he was a failure at the time. You know, so it's just allowing ourselves to be uncomfortable, being okay with being uncomfortable, and then being open to new opportunities.
Right, being uncomfortable.
Are you sure you're in the right profession, bro? Are you sure you're in the right profession?
Honestly, for real, like, this is a deep conversation. I'm like, man, maybe I'm just afraid of rejection or something. But no, like, you know how many opportunities I've turned down not because of anyone else, but because of myself.
Yeah.
Because of like my self-doubting, my confidence. You know, and now I'm thinking, well, dang, I probably didn't want to be rejected.
Thanks, Ricky.
But you're right. Like, what do you have to lose? Like,
Nothing.
the worst they can say is no, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. You move on with your life and you keep going, or you keep trying again, and you try until, you know, you get to, like, I feel like a lot of the times we stop ourselves from reaching our full potential.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like we could do great things. We could be great if we allowed and if we allowed ourselves to. And not only that, but like sometimes we're too hard on ourselves.
Oh,
and I'm speaking more for myself because I could be too hard on myself. Like, sure, I've gotten over a lot of things from the past, and you know, with therapy, so. But don't get me wrong. Sometimes, you know, it'll come in my head like, you know, Sully, you're not that great. Listen, I have to stop myself and be like, yes, I am. I'm a
Yeah.
chingona, okay? I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and I'm a pretty, I mean, I think I'm pretty great. At least my husband says I am, I guess. I don't know. But, but you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you have to stop yourself and be like,
Mhm.
no, like, son mentiras that you
Yeah.
tell yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's crazy. It'll stop you from making it.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of lies, that's how my scale. He's fucking lying all the time. Fuck your shit, dude. Fuck your shit. You're broken. You're broken. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Dude. Ándale, yeah.
No, but yeah, no, it's 100% true. Like I said, everyone thinks that, oh, well, it's because I didn't get a formal education, or well, I haven't really, I don't have that much experience in it. I like to do that stuff, but I really don't have that much experience in it. They're not going to take me. So you're already talking yourself out of it. When all you
Right.
got to do is just, if you just take that leap of faith, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But it's like I was telling my wife when we were looking at some other investments. I'm like, okay, if it doesn't work out, what do we gain that's more important than anything? The experience.
Mhm.
The experience is more important than anything that we get, because when we go and try again the next time, we know the mistakes we made. Therefore, we know that those mistakes probably won't happen again. If not, or at minimum, it's going to be reduced. So it's the same thing with all these like opportunities that people are trying to go for.
I'm slicing my
You
wrist.
may not get it the first time, or you may fail. When you try, but if you just are persistent and keep going and learn from the mistakes, you're gonna become better at it. It's just people are afraid of making that one mistake, so therefore they don't even shoot the shot. I love the quote when they're like, "So I'm a basketball player, or high school, college. That's I was on the Cal State Northridge. I played basketball for 2 years there, and one of my favorite quotes, because I was a shooter, was, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." And I was like, that's 100%
Wow.
true. If you don't take that shot, you missed it. Why? Because you never took that shot. So you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. If you don't even shoot the ball, you don't even give it a chance to go and to score. If you don't throw that ball in the air, so as long as you throw it in the air, it gives you that chance to actually score. So same thing here. Just give it a chance. It may not go in, but then you learn, okay, hey, you know what? It was short. I need to put a little bit more on it. Same thing with life. Okay, hey, you know what? They said I lacked this. Okay, cool. Let me go and work on that. And that's how we continue to develop.
Right.
People think that we need to have that formal education and everything. It's not true. Many people have proven that day in and day out. The only difference between those people and the ones that aren't going for it is that exactly they're not trying to make it 100% happen. Like, I'm not going to stop until I make it happen. It's a different mindset. That's the only thing
Right.
that is stopping people. It's just that mindset.
That was deep.
I'm slicing my wrist after this. Welcome to
Like,
the last.
everything that's coming out of his mouth is
Welcome
like,
to the last episode of the podcast. No, Ricky. Ricky's the guy that I go to when I need to talk to. I'll send him screenshots of a conversation I have. And it's funny because I just told him yesterday. I sent him a screenshot of a conversation I had with one of my brothers, and he's like, "Fuck, you guys can't even talk to each other just based on reading the screenshot, right?"
wow.
I sent him another screenshot on Thursday, and he's like, "Yeah, you were being polite." It's funny that he can see, he's really good at reading, and he can acknowledge it based on the fact that he knows the party, right? The individuals in the party. And he's like, "No, yeah, you're being hella polite." I'm like, "All right, jeez,
Ricky, are you sure you're in the right profession? Though? For real.
Well, no, that's like that's what I love about my profession, what I do, right? Is I wear so many hats. So, like, there's times when, I gotta be that quote unquote tough guy, cop, whatever, if talking to certain people, depending on the situation. But then other parts of my job, whether it's talking to a victim or someone down in the dumps, whatever, that's when I see the opportunity to kind of like all this knowledge that I've gained from, like I said, doing my own research, talking to all my buddies, and so I then kind of like drop that knowledge on them as well to try to bring them up, because that's like the whole point of, like, at least in my opinion, of community policing is, when you should be there to try to get people to elevate themselves. Like, that's what I do with my family. Andy tell you, I'm always kind of like the silent motivator to get people to bring the best out of them but I don't just stop at my friends and family. You know, if there's a stranger.
Or he gives you the guilt trip.
Yeah, or the guilt trip. But if there's someone
That works.
but if there's someone that kind of I feel like maybe needs to hear a little encouragement or something, I love dropping that knowledge on them because it's helped me. That's why I think I am the way I am. Is I'm not scared of failure. I even like my buddy said, like, some people even fear success. They fear that if they become successful, there's gonna now be an expectation for them. So that's why I even like, don't be afraid to fail, and don't be afraid to succeed. Just keep powering through. And so ever since, like I said, all those quotes, I've really like lived through that and try to just run with it. And honestly, I mean, it's made me like a lot happier. I feel like, I mean, in my own opinion, with my success, and so I just try to just, however people want to, what their opinion of success is, I just want to aid them in it. Like, hey, well, just go for it. Like Andy, when he told me starting the podcast, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
He gave me the first microphone.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I was like, here, because what were you using before?
Dude, just a machine, just the recorder.
So I'm like,
the first episode sounds like shit because I used to.
I have this microphone here. Yeah. If I can aid in some way, like, because all you need to hear is that one no, and your mind's gonna be like, see, I told you it's not gonna be a good idea. No one's gonna listen to it.
Wow.
But maybe all you need is just that one yes.
But I got to where I'm not doing it for listening. For listeners, I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it. So I took that pressure out of the whole, I got to get them done. Now it's like, I just like doing them. That's it. I like to. Now, Z over here with 13,000 followers.
I know.
Just saying.
That's amazing.
I think I'm on that finally, bro. Finally.
Listen, like, but so I don't know. It was like de repente overnight, 13,000. Well, no, it was like
maybe I gotta
like
sing more often, man. Maybe I gotta start singing.
I'm at 15 point. I'm almost at 16 right now.
See, we hit the jackpot, Rick.
How.
Rick, we hit the jackpot, bro.
I'm not. But listen. Like ever since I signed up, because after 10,000 followers, you can sign up for the TikTok Creator Fund. Where TikTok starts paying you. So ever since I signed up and they approved me and everything, my views have gone down. Like, it's because I think, and they're smart. TikTok son bien codos. Like, they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay up.
So
bro.
Do you think that they're like changing like the algorithm to where like they're not feeding your video to everyone right away?
Yep.
That's crazy.
Porque son codos. But you have to think, like, there's a lot of people on TikTok now that have over 10,000 followers, so now they have to pay up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true, too.
Shit, I'm becoming desperate. I'm about to start an OnlyFans, bro. I'm going to start putting my podcast on OnlyFans. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Dude.
Yeah, you're too much.
But yeah, Ricky, you got a lot of wise words, man. You should be an owl or something. That's wise.
No, I can't take all of that. All that is all from, like I said, people.
Yeah, Rick, this was her podcast, bro. What the fuck, dude?
No, this is your podcast.
People I've talked to.
No, I really enjoy Ricky coming on here, or not just on here, but in life, because whenever I'm going through some shit or down or whatever, like I was like, dude, this one guy just really got under my fucking skin. He feels like attacked my weight, but he didn't attack my weight. He was just kind of trying to motivate me to get healthy, but and he means well, but he's an asshole about it, you know? And that's the one thing that Ricky and I agree on. So I'm like, so on Thursday I was so freaking like, I put something in my head that I'm like, okay, I know how to fix that problem with the speakers. And instead of waiting till today, I went and did it there and then because I already knew I had a plan, and once I get something stuck in my head, I get impatient, and it has to get done. It has to get done. So yesterday I'm like, dude, after work I need you at my house because we're going to the fucking gym, and then we went to the gym. I'm like, we're not only and then usually when Ricky and I go to the gym, we just do cardio. I'm like, nah, we're lifting weights today, bro. We're lifting weights today. So after this,
and then you twisted your ankle.
Ankle injury or not, we're going back to the gym.
Cause I told that's the spirit.
But I there's some people that get motivated. Some people can do it on their own, and some people need the motivation.
Right.
I just can't go and shoot hoops by myself. I'll get bored in 5 minutes. I just can't go and work out at the gym. The only thing I'm going to do is cardio. You know, I need somebody there to kind of like, you know, my bike rides. Yeah, I'll go on my bike rides. I'll go on an hour, 2 hour long bike ride. But at the end of the day, did I enjoy? I'm like, I'm out here by myself. You know, his wife's gone with me twice. And I even told Ricky, don't trip, dude. I'm in good hands. Your wife's fucking carrying. We're good, dude. So I'm not Ricky. Your wife's in good hands, but Ricky, don't worry about it, bro. I'm in good hands.
Yeah, she's always carrying.
Yeah, she's always carrying. So, but no, yeah, it's like I said, every time somebody gives me the pat in the back sort of way, to me it's like, you know, maybe I'm not a dummy. You know, when I figure something out. Like when I got the speakers going, my wife's filming it on Snapchat, and I'm like, I'm a fucking genius. I always say that. I always tell myself that. So if that's my way of overcoming that, by me telling myself I'm a fucking genius, it could be the simplest thing, man. Like even this guy, Ricky's like, this is your new phone? I'm like, yeah. He opens my phone. He's like, fuck, you already jailbreak it? I'm like, yup. I've only had it for like 24 hours, and it's already doing shit that Android shouldn't be doing. So
Dude.
yeah, no, I when a task comes to hand, that is something that especially when you have smart family members coming to me, like I told my wife, oh fuck yeah, I love that he's coming to me about fishing. I love that I'm educated about fishing. He knows nothing about it. I fucking love this, babe. I'm loving this. I gotta go fishing. I'm gonna go fishing. I'm gonna show him what's up. Why? Because he's he's the smart one, the smart, educated one of the family. So when these guys come to me for something that I know and they don't, I'm like, fuck yeah.
It makes you feel
I'm
good,
a fucking
right?
genius. Fuck your shit,
It's
Rick.
funny, like that's what we need to do more of. You know, it's just like, because our mind obviously can spew a bunch of negative stuff, but like people think it's crazy to, you know, give yourself props, like, oh, why are you patting yourself on the back? We need to do that more because our mind tells us so much negative stuff that once you start even saying it out, like this one guy said, that, you know, I have to start saying it out loud when I do something good, you know, to make it vocally known, because then that changes the mind to be more positive. So that's like the same thing. So like when like people are like, you know, pumping themselves up, I'm like their hype man. I'm right behind them, like, hell yeah. You know, because I want them to continue to do that. Because again, I know our minds can play tricks and be pretty negative. So I'm like everyone's hype man. It's funny because our brother-in-law says like, dude, you're just a hype man. I'm like, I'm everyone's hype man. I'll pump everyone up. I don't care. You know,
You're gonna give me a high five You're gonna give me a high five after we eat donuts after the gym?
Oh man,
donuts. Donuts.
He has to rebuild his strength.
Yeah, dude, come on now. My ankle, bro, my ankle.
Ándale, ándale.
Because it was like Z was saying, you know, like sometimes you gotta just say, you know what, I am a badass. You know, I do X, Y, and Z. I am a badass because you know you are. Just sometimes we just forget sometimes, so it's okay to remind ourselves.
Right.
You know?
I think it's sometimes hard. I don't, you know, like it in my family or in our culture, sometimes if you like try to give yourself a pat on the back, or like you say, oh no, I'm you know, I'm strong. I'm the shit. Excuse my French. People are like, oh, why are you so conceited?
Like
why are you this? Why are you that?
Yeah.
And it's not that you're being conceited, but you, like you said, you have to say it into existence. You have to hype yourself up sometimes because, man, especially with everything that's going on around us, things can bring you down.
Yeah.
And it'll just take your mind.
That's funny places. She says that. Here we go, man. I'm telling you, this podcast keeps going as long as topics keep brought up. I was recently told that I was brought up in someone's conversation, and I was told, oh yeah, no, you can't meet Andy because Andy thinks he's better than you. I'm like, yeah. I was like, wait, what? When I heard that, I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because why am I better? Because I left the ghetto. Because I don't own the house, so I can't say I own the house, but I am paying every freaking bill here. I have full custody of my kids. I have a wife that fucking adores me. I don't know why. And I just got my new 22 car. I'm like, why? That doesn't make me better than anybody. And that's when the rumor started going around when I got my car. You know, because I have I have in their eyes what they call the perfect life, right? But that doesn't make me better than anybody, and that's what I explained to this individual. I'm like, no, ma'am, I'm not better than you, because I heard it from the person that I was supposed to be better than. And I'm like, no, I'm not better than you. I just know where I've been, and I know what got me to where I'm at, to where I told this individual, I'm like, I told him one day, I'm like, I need you to, do better. I need you to freaking mold yourself. I need you to, think about the future, not the present. And I told him one day, I'm like, if I snap my fingers right now, I'll have a brand new car outside. And sadly, I had to kind of snap my fingers, and boom, there's a new car outside. And ever since then, it's like, well, he's better than me. He's better than, and that's now this conversation got me realizing that him feeling that he's not better is being his own enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he's good enough. So I can't really, now, damn, this podcast sucks. Now I can't be mad at the kid.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
I'm ending this shit. I'm done. We're done. We're
people
done.
Yeah. No, but that's like 100% the truth. For people that kind of say stuff like that, it's because they're envious of it, and because they do see that person maybe like as like a semi role model. They may not think of it consciously, but subconsciously they see it as a semi role model. But because they feel like, because either they've let them down multiple times, and they are expecting some form of like uplifting, when sometimes some people need that tough love to kind of wake them up a little bit. They're like, oh, okay, then no, you know what, no, F that guy, he thinks he's better than everyone and all of this, and really it's just a slight insecurity of feeling the need of letting you down. And so the mind is just trying to protect itself, like, no, you'll never please that guy because he thinks he's better than everyone. So it's, like I said, the mind plays a lot of tricks on us, and sometimes it's hurting us more than it's doing good for us, even like in that case, because it's just the mind protecting, like, well, no, you know what, if you think you need to be at that level, you should go out there and do something. But the mind will just make excuses, like, no, it's because he thinks that way. He's the reason. You'll never get to that level because he'll never give you the applaud you deserve.
Have you ever thought about making your own podcast? I know a guy that has the equipment. Won't charge you much.
No, just come on yours.
But I know a guy. Okay, I know a guy.
Man, you're making me rethink a lot of things.
Hey man, I haven't post fucking TikTok videos in like 3 days. What the fuck happened? I'm checking up on her. I'm sorry. Who's this? Oh, I'm sorry. She was on my podcast. She's in a mental hospital right now.
Listen,
she checked herself in, bro.
Listen, if my kids keep going the way they're going, I might be.
It's okay. It's okay. They'll grow up where they can wipe their own ass.
When
you raise your glass up in a hall and they stop what they're doing to come and refill it for you.
I loved it. Yeah, loved it.
Without having to ask them. You just raise your glass, they see it, and they come and fill it for you.
Man, that's the life right there.
Trained.
So maybe I am better than everyone.
Oh my god, it's like my dad. He used to once we got older, he would teach us how to open the beer bottles for him, not for us.
Be careful what you say. We got a cop right here.
And then eventually we got to the point he'd be like, "Mija, go get me a beer from the fridge." So we would grab it and we would open it, pop the top. Here you go, Dad. Oh, thanks, Mija.
Perfect.
Yeah, because we were,
Well, in my case, it was just horchata, so, you know what I mean? So, no, you... I don't drink. I don't drink in public. I don't drink. I got beer right here, beer over there, and...
I know, it's the funniest thing. I'll never understand. Beer salesman that doesn't drink.
Nope. But Z, I mean, this has been fun. You've been a joy to have on. I mean, please keep me posted. Make sure you don't check yourself into a mental institution. After Ricky over here, like, fuck, Ricky made me really think my life. Holy shit!
Honestly, really, I'm gonna go sit down on the couch and listen to some country music or something. Just
I'm telling you guys, don't bring too much into this because I'll go in. I said this is the stuff these conversations stuff I love because I think they actually do help people.
I'm telling you, when I told him the topic was going to be about your being your own enemy, he goes, "That's a great topic. That's a great topic." So I'm definitely coming.
Yeah, for real.
No,
I didn't even think about it until you pointed it out. I'm like, oh yeah,
There's a 7-Eleven being robbed right now in his territory, but yeah, he's here. Sorry.
But don't be your own enemy.
That's too soon. That was too soon of a joke. Sorry. That was too soon. Now I'm going to have a second ghost in here. Oh, really, motherfucker? Really? Sorry. That was wrong timing. Wrong timing. But anyways, Z, it looks like your kids are calling you again. Dad's not doing his part, so...
No, es el papá.
Oh.
He's like, come on.
No, he's going to work here in a little bit, so he's like...
Yeah, okay. So it's been fun having you. You've been a joy. I don't think I've had this much fun in a while, podcast-wise, because apparently we're going to gym. But, you know, are you sure you don't want to shoot a song real quick?
I'm sure if y'all want to hear a song, y'all can follow me on TikTok. Hey.
Oh, yeah. What is your TikTok?
Share your TikTok name.
It's a ZB805.
That's it, man. The letter Z, the word B, 805.
Like Bumblebee.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
ZBEE 805.
And so she sings on there. Go check her out, guys. We're definitely gonna have a lot of followers after this one. Yeah. And like I end every podcast, Rick, thanks for being here. Sorry.
Thanks for having us.
And Z,
thank you so much for having us.
So I will post this in a bit. I'll talk to you guys later.
Take care.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you for listening to Ride With Me, the Flat Tire Indie Podcast. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and Podbean.